Chris Parker, and this is the lead news. Missing golf teacher Patrick Brady is still on the run. He has been seen in Wales. If you should come in contact with him, don't give him either alcohol or money. The news for the ladies tour. The winners this week were Christy Kerr, Sun Won, and now back to the regular program with
Paul and Pat, every Sunday morning. Doing podcasts for you. You'll get golf tips and news. Off the tour, the review. Come and join us, have some fun.
Hey everybody, welcome to podcast number 36 of 2010. Pat's still not here, so Chris is joining in. How's that, Chris?
Cheers, Paul.
Good that you didn't actually chink glasses there. That's not going on. No, this week we're drinking Kaffee Crema Mild und Sanft from Jacobs from our Tassimo coffee machine, which is awesome. Great.
Yeah.
And we're talking about potting because last week I was at the Golf Europe exhibition. Chris wasn't. I left him here at home. And went with Santiago instead. But more about that later maybe. And we were there with the people from Advanced Potters. This is an Advanced Potter and it's absolutely fantastic. Isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, I think I've looked at these Advanced Potters. I think they're really
great. Did you
great.
say yeah? Or did you say yes?
I said
yeah. This is very, very good.
Yeah, this is very serious.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're quite a good putter.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Because you can get them all in different weights, and secondly, you can get a weight in the grip. I'll tell everyone a little bit more.
I will. This is a shaft weight. Which most people actually don't even know exists, which I always find amazing. That most of the guys on the tour have been using these for quite a while. And the idea is with these advanced plotters that you can have whichever head weight you want, basically. So you want to be looking in the region between 300 and 500 grams is sort of what most people are going to have, and you're going to counterweight that here. And basically, if you have a counterweight, the whole thing's smoother and more reliable and so forth. And that's what a counterweight looks like. This is 100 grams, but you can get it.
I think the great thing with this counterweight is years ago with putters, the old pros used to put lead tape in the top, which always stayed at the top of the grip. And now the counterweight is just underneath the grip.
And not only that, it was interesting. I was speaking to Santiago about lead tape and how much you need to make a difference. And basically, to make you have 100 grams.
Yeah, you need about 2 rolls, I guess.
Exactly, you need to put a whole roll on the tee. You might as well just hang it on. You know what I mean? We were messing. I mean, I spent as a junior golfer ages messing around with lead tape and realised now that actually I wasn't making a blind bit of difference. I just thought I was. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got the putt lab out today, which is something we rarely do here in our wonderful spacious academy, as you can see. And we're talking a bit about rotation because since teaming up with these wonderful advanced people, I've obviously kicked my Frankly Frog sort of a bit to the side, which I actually used for quite a long time and thought it was good. And the interesting thing is not so much, it's a face balanced potter as is this one, but the interesting thing is the grip. I didn't actually specify to the advanced people which grip I wanted, so they just put me a dead normal lambkin grip on there, not my usual tooth on. And Chris has got one of my DVDs to show everybody, which we're going
to. I think you've got to get one of these if you haven't got any.
If you haven't got one, get 2 or 3, one for yourself, and give one, as a present to other people. That's quote to Spiel mit Paul Dyer. It's fantastic, isn't it, Chris?
And it's almost Christmas, so it's a good time to get one.
Good comment, Chris. Well done. Yeah, Christmas presents. We'll show it off to the people. If you're watching this podcast and you want this video as a Christmas present, I'll give you a discount. Just mail Chris and sort it out. Anyway, what I was wanting to tell you was, and get your opinion, Chris, is that I've changed the grip on the potter, and I found myself gripping as I used to as a junior golfer, actually, when I could putt back then, left and right, instead of next to each other. And the interesting thing is, when I grip left under right, I have this sort of stroke, and I'm going to show you this. You're going to get a screenshot. They're looking at a screenshot now, Chris. And you're seeing that I don't rotate the putter going through. That should be a curve that looks more like this. Now watch me do it with my eyes closed. Right? It's a curve. Amazing. So you see the curve changes completely with my eyes closed. I was thinking that that's to do with the different sort of grips I've been experimenting with over the years, and left and the right and so forth. But it seems to not be the case. That seems to be the case that when I close my eyes, I get some lateral rotation. Chris, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with more of a natural motion. We spoke a lot about it earlier on, and I think a lot of people try and concentrate too much on keeping the putter path too straight. And when you've got your eyes closed, you can't even concentrate because you can't see what's going on, and you're making more of a natural stroke with the putter. So you're getting a little bit more rotation than normal, which you might do, you should have.
So my question would be then, should everyone practice with their eyes closed?
I think it'd be great to work with rhythm with your eyes closed, because you can feel the rhythm and you're not sort of controlling anything. You get putting no barriers behind anything. With your eyes open, you're always thinking of technique and not dynamics and flow.
And by technique you mean straightness of stroke, what we used to work on before we knew that was bollocks. Yeah.
A lot of like German thing, you know, with
don't
taking the club back.
Crapping on the German. He's always crapping on the German. No. Don't take lessons with him if you're German.
But no, you see a lot of people with they're trying to work on positions in the golf swing and realistic.
You're talking about the scope.
Yeah, the scope.
Yeah, we don't like that, do we? No, I think that the point is, we were discussing earlier about dynamics, because this is what we're talking about really. We're talking about the flow of the club, where we bang on about that in our teaching all the time and say, that's what we don't like about scope. Scope's a great thing, by the way, but what we don't like about the usage of it is that people are looking in the screen on the floor and, getting themselves into a position and all that, and we think that's just not how golf's played. It's a dynamic game. You rely on the swing of the club, right? Yeah. And we're sort of developing the same thing in potting, and we sort of see this anomaly that a lot of golf teachers are talking about, in potting, rotation, smoothness of stroke, and they're not talking about it in the full swing. They're talking about lines, angles, and all that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And possibly we've been the other way around. We were talking about dynamics in the full swing, and perhaps
too much lines and angles
in putting. Yeah. Right? So I think the tip for the week really is, for you amateur golfers, I think we could probably say, stop working on trying to put it straight and keep the face straight, because that's not what really happens, and concentrate more on lines. And I think for you teaching pros, we'd love to have a discussion about dynamics. Why we're doing so much dynamics in putting and not in the full swing. I think there's something to be discussed there. We haven't got much time.
You mean the other way around? Too much dynamics more dynamics that we're working on in full swing and not enough in putting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Okay. Anyway, it's too late now. You understood anyway. So basically, what we want to say is, I've lost my thread completely, Chris. You've ruined it. You've ruined the podcast.
Should we start again?
Okay, we're going to start. See you next week. Bye.
See ya.
No, we're back again. That was only joking. I wanted to tell you, next week you're going to get the Golf Europe podcast. That should have been this week, but I didn't do it because just technical problems, Oktoberfest and all that sort of thing. But we're sending that out next week, so that's why you've got this wonderful and slightly boring putting podcast this week. So we sort of swapped it around, but you'll figure it out. It's okay. There's no one watching anyway. So. No. Okay. See you.
Bye.